Is the rumor true?
Is what rumor true? Oh yeah, I am leaving at the end of the semester.
My God.
Fritz, I'm sick and tired of all the harassment I've had to go through just because of my religious beliefs.
I didn't realize they were giving you a hard time. I mean, who's giving you a hard time anyway? Because the president of the college seems like a really cool guy.
The president of the college is a cool guy, and one would think he'd give a Wiccan an extra hard time here, being that he's very Christian and everything. But he's the good kind of Christian.
There's such a thing?
Not all of them are evil, Fritz.
Like my
Not
brother
all
Pius.
of them are like your brother Pius. There are some out there who understand that what Christianity is all about is loving one another. Loving people who are different from you.
Yeah, and the president has always been supportive of the Gay and Lesbian Association on campus. I'm talking about the president of the college, of course, and not the president of the quote-unquote president of the United States, Bush, because let's face it, the president of the college has never actually suggested passing a constitutional amendment that would ban the Gay and Lesbian Association on campus. Now, has he?
When I first got here 17 years ago, they wouldn't let me wear my Pentagon necklace, but they had no problem with the other teachers wearing crosses around their necks.
You know, my brother Pius sometimes goes wandering around Central Park carrying this giant crucifix and going up to total strangers asking them to kiss it, the crucifix. And, well, they tell him what he can go kiss himself. And some of them tell him where he can stick his crucifix. And okay, no, not really the same thing.
Well, when I first started here, I had a statue of a goddess on my desk, you know, Aphrodite, somebody like that. They asked me to remove it.
Goddess?
In Wicca, we worship the god and the goddess. Actually, it's much like Christianity, where you have one God, we have what we call the One. And you know how in your faith, God is also Jesus and the Holy Spirit?
Yeah, I remember Pius saying something to that effect, giving me a headache.
Well, in ours, the One is also the Lord and the Lady. Everything in nature has a male side and a female side. Take flowers, for example.
You know, my old roommate had movies about people like that, you know, both male and female. Chicks with...
Fritz!
Sorry.
People who practice Wicca accept that within nature, to take the floral world, for example, all creation is the result of masculine and feminine interaction, either through spiritual or physical means. The evidence is all around us. The world is a living, breathing organism.
Okay, so I guess it's kind of like the ancient Greek myth about Gaia, you know, Mother Earth, and Father Sky, and how they married and therefore became one.
Exactly. The Lord is basically Father Sky, and the Lady is Mother Earth, and the two together are the one. Actually, the ancient Celts used the shamrock to demonstrate this.
Oh, kind of like a Ross Perot pie chart.
Right. Centuries later, St. Patrick used the shamrock to demonstrate the Holy Trinity in the Christian faith.
I used to love that story. Especially the part about him driving the snakes out of Ireland, because I was always terrified of snakes. And then years later I found out Ireland never had any snakes to begin with, so he probably never drove the snakes out because if there was no you know what I mean.
But the point is, the statue, well, statuette on my desk, it was a simple decoration. It's not like I turned my office into the temple of Isis with my desk as the sacrificial altar.
Now that would have really been cool.
You would say that.
Yeah.
The last straw was when I brought in some leftover birthday cake which had a pentagon on it, and a bunch of the teachers saw it and were offended, claiming I was a devil worshiper. Well, for starters, there is no devil in Wicca.
Well, obviously you people never met my Aunt Edna. If you ever need proof that there's a Satan.
In my belief system, all evil stems from lack of white light, lack of love and understanding. Hatred and grief are the faults of human beings, not some imaginary force created by a bunch of people who believe the sun revolved around the flat.
Tom.
Thanks for meeting me.
What's wrong?
Just about the only person I feel like I could talk to right now. but I don't want you to hate me when I tell you this.
Tom, I could never hate you. As much as I might like to hate you, I couldn't. So, I'm here for you.
I've done so many crummy things to you over the years.
Yeah, and those were the good times. Okay, I'm sorry, I just had to get that in there.
It's okay. I mean, it's true. If anybody had a right to hate me, it's you.
But I don't. I mean, you know, I remember when I first came out what it was like, and you've had so much crap to contend with, so, I mean, you just had your own issues to work through, and we were on, like, different pages, you know? I was here, you were there. I was here, you were there. I was there, you were here. You know.
I knew you'd understand. I knew coming out to my family was going to be bad. I just wasn't prepared for how bad it actually was going to be.
I know, I remember what it was like when I came out, and, you know, the hardest part was coming out to myself, accepting who I was and stuff. My parents were always very open-minded people, my mother more so than my father, because he's a Republican and she's a Democrat. And even coming out to them was hard because there was still that issue of no grandchildren and stuff like that. And so if it was that bad coming out to them, I mean, in the words of St. Bill Clinton, I'll feel your pain. So, you know, the hard part's over. It gets better from here.
My parents threw me out. And on the way out the door, they said, don't come crying back when you get AIDS and have seen the error of your ways. Oh, by the way, Fritz, my parents vote Democrat, so there.
Tom, that is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. I mean, who ever heard of a Democrat saying something like that? I mean, you must have just misinterpreted what they said. So, you're not still living at home with them then, huh?
Oh no, I got this great place now. Beautiful view, right next to a fountain.
Really?
Yeah, it's right there. See? Those black upside down garbage cans?
You've got to be kidding me. That's it. You're moving in with me. At least until you can find a decent place of your own.
But my place is so popular. I mean, everybody wants to be there. Look.
Tom, there's a dog relieving himself right now on your beautiful home. Pardon me, but with all the copies of Women's Home Journal and stuff that I've read, I don't recall ever seeing a home that was so chic. A dog would piss on it. So as I said, you're moving in with me.
You may not want me living with you. I mean, what I've told you is just the tip of the iceberg.
Tom, it's okay. I mean, whatever you have to say, I'm here for you. Always.
God, this is so hard.
It's okay. I'm here for you.
Oh, I want to have the operation, but
Okay, are you okay? Are you sick?
well, I'm not sick. It's not like cosmetic surgery, like a nose job, but it's cosmetic.
That never needed work.
Well, that area has a lot to do with this cosmetic surgery.
Okay, I'm getting intrigued now.
I mean, I want to put on cosmetics. I want to have a sex change operation.
Okay, I don't get this, Tom.
I recently started therapy and realized
About
that
time.
I realized I was never gay or bi.
Excuse me, but you lived with me for a couple of years. We did it every night. So if you weren't gay, what did you do?
I know, but I like men.
And then you dumped me for a girl from the Culinary Institute named Lisa. Not only did you dump me, but you got her pregnant. So how do you explain all of that?
I was confused.
That's for damn sure.
I realized being with you that I was a woman trapped in a man's body.
Not much of a man's body.
Well, that's why I like being with you. Being with you put me in touch with my feminine side. It made me feel like a woman. So from now on, I want you to call me Loretta.
Excuse me, Mr. Top, but explain to me how being with me made you feel like a woman when you were riding me like John Wayne riding Trigger.
It's not John Wayne, that was Roy Rogers.
Oh, whatever.
It's not a comment on your masculinity, it's a comment about your feminine. Maybe it is a comment on your masculinity and not a comment on your femininity. I don't know.
Dude, you hit like a girl.
The two of you have gotten back together. Prometheus, it's not like we're really back together. Okay, Cleopatra, Queen of Denial. He's moved back in here, right? Yeah. And you like him, right? Mm-hmm. And the two of you were going at it like slap-happy rabbits all night long last night, am I right? Yes, this is true, but who knows if I'm gonna feel like doing that with him when he has a vagina, okay? What, you're the only one in this relationship who's allowed to have one? Hardy, har, funny. I mean, we're just taking it one day at a time and seeing where it goes. Nothing's set in stone. Oh, come on, you pervert. Two of you were doing plenty of things with stones last night. You heard that? Yeah. And if Tom would wake up today...